My name is Sarah Zubke, and this is my peer review assignment for the speech to inspire, and I'm doing Tara Nelson. So for your speech, your time was 4 minutes and 28 seconds, and your overall grade was an A. So now I will tell you how I got that. So for your invention, I gave you a 5 on because I thought you had a good topic and it was very well thought out, and you did a very good job at explaining of why showing up is important to you and how that's affected you and how it will help you in your future. For your arrangement, I gave you a 3 on just because sometimes you kind of went back and forth on some ideas. So if you would have just went with one and then continued on to the next one, maybe it would have been a little bit easier, but it wasn't, overall, it wasn't too bad. Your style, I gave you a 4 on because I thought it was very interesting what you were talking about and how that can mean so much to a person, because I never really thought about it until I listened to your speech. And I also really liked your use of your backpack. I thought that helped a lot, and I thought it was just a cool and neat thing to have in there. For your memory, I gave you a 5 on because you were not reliable on your note cards at all, and you knew what you were talking about, and your note cards were there sometimes when you needed help with some things, but you never were glued down to your note card and you knew what you were talking about. And then for your delivery, I gave you a 4 on because you were pretty confident while you were talking, and it didn't seem like you were being a robot when you were talking, and overall it was just a pretty good delivery. And I think your main strengths during your presentation was, the first one I thought about is that you had a very good circle moment from the beginning to the ending, especially showing your backpack. I thought that was really good. And I also, like I said, I think your delivery was pretty good, and I also think your memorization was really good in how you didn't rely on any note cards. What I think you could improve on is sometimes it was at the beginning and at the ending when you were setting your camera down, you were talking while you were moving back, and then at the ending you were talking while you were moving towards the camera. And I think that just kind of caught my attention, and I think if you took a step back and then just stood there for a second and then started talking, I think it would help a little bit. But overall, that's kind of it. Besides, you could emphasize on some words, but overall they're pretty little fixes that I don't think are a huge deal. And then after adding everything up, you got 105 points, which is an A. So thank you.